if you're going to do food trucking, don't come in here and just put another made ingredient and another made ingredient and combine them and call them homemade. Do something from scratch, do something with meaning. I get it. People are in it for the money a lot of times, but I want to leave off with, if you're going to do this, really do it. Don't just do it for the cash grab. Go out of your way, make things from scratch. Don't just throw stuff into steamers and call it a day. Really put an effort and do it. I don't know if these guys want to leave off on a thought, but that's mine.
Okay. JJ, Mikey, anything?
Uh, with Tim on this one, I mean, we literally put our blood, sweat, and tears into this from day one. So really, if you really want to start a food truck, mean it, have a desire, and make it a need to want to be great and have your name be out there. Like you want people to come try your food, to say, I followed you everywhere to finally find you one day, and I can't wait to try this. Like that's a blessing to hear out of somebody's mouth.
You're listening to The Kitchen Convoy.
Hi, welcome to the Kitchen Convoy, your audio podcast and YouTube video home for Boulevard Bites, treats on the streets, Main Street menus, nomadic nipples, and anything food truck related. I'm your host, Nate, where every week we bring you stories, thoughts, and hot tips from food truck operators around the U.S. So, what's on the menu for today? Today I'm excited to speak with Austin, JJ, and Mikey from the Food Pitt truck in Dayton, Ohio. They're here to tell us about their struggles starting out in the industry, their absolute dedication to providing the highest quality smash burgers and mac and cheese, and their love of the game. This podcast is sponsored by OrderUpApps.com, the easiest way to run your food truck business without the headache. Let OrderUp Apps handle the tech so you can focus on serving great food. Learn more at OrderUpApps.com. Links in the description. Hi, today I'm pleased to be speaking with Austin, Justin, and Mikey from Dayton, Ohio, where they run the Food Pitt food truck, serving made-from-scratch smash burgers, mac and cheese, chicken sandwiches, and slaw. Austin, Justin, Mikey, thanks for being here. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. All right, let's start with our guest story. So this is kind of a little bit about you. How did you get into this business? How did this all start? Give us some background into your experiences here.
So I've been in the restaurant industry basically since I could have a job, and working in the kitchen is like second nature to me. And I've just always been cooking, like whether it was at my dad's house, my mom's house, was always cooking. And how the truck actually got started is me and my brother, we were working at Skyline Chili actually, and we were tired of working for people. So I was the first one to quit, and I said I was going to figure it out. I was going to do something. I saved up a bunch of money. It was pretty close to about 15 grand total. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try something, and if I fail, then I'll just get a job and save up again, save up another 15 grand and throw it at something else. The food truck wasn't actually first in mind. It was cooking, of course, but I didn't know I was gonna do a food truck. I said I was gonna do made from scratch. It was gonna be amazing, perfection pretty much. And I printed out banners. I had the idea with the logo, it being my dog Abel and everything. From there, I was like, you know what, JJ, why don't you quit? Why don't you just deal with me? And JJ actually had no money, so he quit his job just relying off of me. So we had no money, 15 grand, buying the stuff for the food, for just the tent idea at first. And then we just scroll and scroll until we found a food truck on, not a food truck, we found this box truck on Marketplace. And it wasn't pretty. Do you have the tip jar? So we have some pictures that we keep it on our tip jar of what it used to look like. It used to be very not polished, very ugly, and
I
we
think I
we
saw
did a
that on
lot.
your Instagram, I think.
Yeah, it's all over our Instagram of us building it, and so we bought it for $7,000. It was marked a little higher, but the guy drove it around the block for us, and it was fine. And then we drove it. It was manual, so I was trying my best out there, and literally made it not even halfway down his block, and it it broke down on us. The transmission completely messed up. So he towed it back, and we just started the process of building the truck, which it took about, we're not professional polishers or anything, but we try to be as perfectionist as possible. So we made it as far as we could polishing, which I mean, you can see from the posts on Instagram and everything, it's pretty shiny. And you could brush your teeth in the truck if that means anything. And we built the inside of the truck. It probably took us about 6 months total to do the polishing because we just kept messing up. It kept restarting. Maybe another 2 months building the inside. We literally built our grill. Like, our grill was made for natural gas. We turned it into propane and just did a whole bunch of stuff. And then by the end of that, I mean, we were eating ramen and noodles and chicken, you'd get for like those little 25-cent packets of chicken. And it was probably $1.25 worth of food, and we would just split it every day, and that would be our meal because we were living broke. And we decided, we don't know what we're doing. We're always improvising. So we were going to do a donation day. We weren't going to charge people for our food since it was testing the menu. I feel like if we accidentally give someone, food that's not deserving, we shouldn't charge for it. So some people ate for free. Some people donated a lot of money, and it helped us out. But it was the first donation day. It wasn't great. We still had a little bit of money, and we were still figuring stuff out. We did that at our mom's house and just kept it friends and family only. Pretty much that day, we had, Kroger buns, not very good. We had just a bunch of not very quality stuff. It was low quality, not very good meat. I mean, it was good meat. It just wasn't as high quality as we get now and everything. And then the second donation day comes along. Again, everything's broke after the first donation day. We have to fix our grill, the fan, a fridge. We have to fix like everything in the truck because everything's just breaking down because, it was our first time testing everything out, how it ran. And so we fix everything. Our second donation day comes around, and that 15 grand lasted about a year. And it completely, that second donation day, we bought the food, and our account hit zero, completely nothing. So it was a huge risk. But that second donation day, we worked with getting buns from our local baker. We got meat from our local butcher now. We have just everything was a lot better. We sat down, and instead of doing a rush job, we actually, were able to figure out the menu this time. And that only happened maybe a month or so after. Yeah, it was only a month after the second donation day. So we spent not nonstop hours trying to figure out the menu and perfecting it. And again, my account hit literally nothing. And that's the day I made our journey post, which is at the top of our social media, and how we did it. For food trucks, it just so happened to be like the end of the season when we did that donation day. So we were not going to get jobs. Like it was the end of August, maybe about September. Today is actually it was right now.
Their opening day.
Yeah, today is that donation day. It's the date of the donation day. So it was this time of year. So jobs were slowing down like they are currently for us and everything. There was just nothing to get. So we set up at my mom's house at just a random spot on the street until we found like this local plumbing place that tried our food and they loved it. So they had us set up there on just a busy road for a while, and busy roads just, they don't do great for people stopping by for a food truck. But I mean, there were days where at this time it was just me and JJ. And there were days where we were splitting $50 between us, like I would get 25, he would get 25. There were days we were splitting, we weren't even taking money some days, and it was rough. And it was also middle of winter, so we were, double socked, double jacket, double underwear. I mean, he'd wear a thong sometimes, but I don't ask that.
Gotta do stay warm.
Nah.
Hey.
I mean, it was cold. Like, literally, we would have heaters in here. The inside of the truck would somewhat be warm, and the outside would have a layer of ice over it from the condensation. And the walls are literally aluminum. We're not like a normal food truck that has like this much insulation. And that's because we have like a small we went for a different style truck than most people have. Most people have, the big, thick, wide trucks.
Wrap truck.
Yeah. We wanted to be completely different. So that was cool. And, January, February, March started coming around, and we were just getting stacked and stacked. We were getting factory jobs. We were getting, like, people were actually trying our food, and the word was spreading a lot. And it was getting to the point where I couldn't keep up on emails or anything anymore because we were getting so overwhelmed, and I had to get Mikey on board. So it only took like probably 6 months before Mikey got on board because we were getting that busy.
Well, I was going to ask you, I mean, especially with a rough start, how long how long did it take you to feel successful?
I I still don't feel
Yeah.
successful. Yeah, we're still
Uh,
growing.
okay,
We're still figuring it
let
out.
me how long did it take you to feel stable?
Took a long time.
Yeah, we still don't feel stable.
Yeah. So,
No, we're operable. We're always figuring stuff out and fixing things. I mean, we literally, just had a fridge go out on us, and we just fixed that. Everything on a food truck life, everything's messing up, everything's going crazy. But yeah, I would say when we feel good about the jobs that we're doing, where we can make it to a job and just, know we're gonna rock it out. I would say it's pretty. It started pretty early, but I mean, you get yourself set up to a point where you can improvise and figure out what needs to be done after that.
Hmm.
And that's where we're
Yeah,
at.
okay.
We're our game plan is just always improving, always constantly getting better. So like I said, we don't feel stable, we don't feel safe yet. We're still figuring things out, we're still improving, and perfection's a long way away.
Okay. Hey, I want to zero in on something you said because you first used the word tent. Was was there any thought between tent versus truck versus trailer? Was there any thinking there, or was it just whatever's available?
Uh, no, I always wanted the actual truck. So the trailer seems like a cool idea. Um, I think the tent seemed cool, but it was just to get us started even. Really, the end goal of our 5-year plan is a restaurant, but between the three, it's definitely to the actual truck. Everyone, the whole time we would do it, everyone would tell us, don't get the truck. You're gonna have. What if you have engine problems? What if you get stuck? What if something happens? You can't just hook it up to another truck and pull it out. And that's the risk we're willing to take just to be different and have the cool factor to it, because I mean, we even built our engine ourselves. We rented out a shop space, and this was actually this year we did it. So we operated a whole year with the it's a old Ford P350 body, and operated with that for a while, the stick shift. And this year we put in a small block 350. We rented out a performance shop, and they helped us do a lot. It has like a custom cam in there. It has a lot of custom parts. I mean, you're building it for a food truck, so you can't really take parts from like a Camaro and put it in here. You gotta buy like all racing stuff because it's all mock fitted up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so with with it's a way to stand out picking the truck for sure. We can fit into any parking spot we want. This can literally fit into any parking spot S10 can fit in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Hey, let's move on to the menu. I know you feature fresh local foods. Tell us about that. Tell us about why smash burgers. I know you also feature a mac and cheese. Why mac and cheese? What's some of the thought that went into the menu?
Um, so I'll start with shouting out, the people who really help us out a lot. It's gonna be We got some buns down here. It's gonna be our baker is Baker Benji on Troy Street, and he helped us, come up with the recipe for our buns and everything. We have a few right here. But we literally, we cut the buns ourselves on the truck. He basically gives us rolls and we cut them, but they're only sold to us, and they're not sold to other businesses. Normal customers can come get them, but you can't buy them in bulk like we do. They're just for us, and it's a potato style bun, really really amazing. No preservatives, so it's not like the Kroger buns or Walmart buns that last years and never mold. But they literally last 3 days and they start molding. So you really got to be on top of your ordering and everything. So made from scratch is big for us. And if we can't do it, we're gonna, source it out for someone else to help us. So it's still, our recipe with Baker Benji, but he definitely he's the baker. He does
Mhm.
the whole shebang. And second is our butcher. He's East Dayton Meats, and they're amazing. They literally do our meat. They use high quality. It's amazing. They do their own grind and everything for our meat, and they also do our cheese for us. So that's we go down to very minuscule details when it comes to stuff like that. Our cheese is a blend of sharp cheddar and American, and they slice it and do it just for us. I don't think anybody there gets cheese also because they hate doing the cheese. I can't imagine if they have two companies doing cheese because they would probably kill both of us. But those are just some people that really help us out. And honestly, like our job is just to let the ingredients shine because they're such good quality ingredients. But I mean, it's down to every minuscule detail. Like the lettuce, we make sure it's like paper thin lettuce. Our tomatoes, we vacuum seal in salt, so you never get like one of those. You ever go to Wendy's and get like that thick hard tomato where you take a bite and it just all comes out? You're like, what
Yeah,
just happened?
yeah.
Yeah, any place like that, you never, and same for our tomatoes, you don't get like that hard white center that just sucks. But we make sure,
Pickles are homemade.
our pickles are made from scratch. I mean, even our barbecue, or every sauce is made from scratch. I could go down the list. Literally, it's easier to tell you the things that aren't made from scratch, and it's our noodles. We still boil them, so if that counts for anything. But we're not gonna sit there and roll out every cavatappi noodle. But uh, I mean, our mac sauce ever. We make a roux. It's three cheeses. It's our seasonings. It's amazing. We make ingredients, two ingredients. I mean, there's been times where we're making ranch. We make our own mayo for our ranch.
Hot sauce.
Our hot sauce. Originally, our barbecue sauce had a store-bought hot sauce in there. They discontinued it. It was the best hot flavor for our hot sauce, and couldn't find anything that I liked to go in our hot sauce, and I wasn't going to settle for anything. So I decided we're going to make our own hot sauce. That hot sauce actually goes in our barbecue sauce and our pickles too. Um, we don't have a jar of pickles to show it off right now. We actually, our last jar of pickles, we just did a big event and went to a celebrity. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
What is your most popular menu item?
It's the most popular is the safe bet. It's the classic. It's, our play on just a classic cheeseburger, lettuce, pickle, tomato, onion, but that's only because it's the safe bet. But it's amazing that the pit sauce we put on there, it's not your normal burger sauce. Anybody could say, yeah, we make the burger sauce from scratch and it's, ketchup, mayo, mustard mixed together in a bowl and you just do that. But that's the cheap way to do it. We literally, I would tell you the ingredients to it, but I'd have to kill you on this podcast. But no, it's really good. I could tell you the inspiration to that because that is a super beloved sauce, and I don't think I've ever actually told anybody where the sauce came from. Um, when I was a kid, I would literally ride my bike to like there was a Burger King miles away from me, and I would ride my bike to the Burger King to get a stacker. Do you remember a stacker? They're like
Yeah,
a
a
dollar.
while ago, yeah.
Yeah, they were like $1.50 for a stacker. It was bacon, their stacker sauce, and all that. And I grabbed a packet of their sauce, and I just always had it up on my fridge for like a really long time. And obviously, it's filled with these ingredients that you can't read, and they're like chemical breakdowns and stuff like that. So the ingredients I did know how to read, I took and I like figured out what I can make and what I could add to it to make my own sauce. So I literally started with this sauce back when I was like in high school riding a bicycle to Burger King. And then it just improved over time, just figuring out what I like more. And it went from, it was my burger sauce forever, like my whole adult life. I think I perfected it. And it was my sauce forever. And I would make it in these little ramekins. I was like this big. So I literally had to figure out how to take this size that I would put on one or two burgers for whoever I'm feeding to make a pot, a 10-gallon pot that we make sometimes. So, I mean, when you're cooking, it's more than just cooking. It's
Math.
yeah, math and science. It's everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's our popular one. I dove into the sauce pretty deep there, but it's a really popular sauce. We have other crazy creations. We make our own ranch. Mikey actually came up. We did the ranch just for a salad, and Mikey came up with a bacon ranch burger. That one is probably our next most popular burger. That
Okay.
one's amazing. Then
The loaded sour cream with the homemade hot sauce. If you're feeling frisky, throw an egg on there. It's the top tier.
yeah,
That's
that
top tier.
that's our favorite. And then I would say another popular one is when we first started, we got super lucky to get on the news and get introduced. And there's a anchor, his name is James Brown. Not so a lot of people confuse it for, the singer James Brown, but we have a menu item called the James Brown named after the anchor. He called us a food truck that specializes in burgers topped with mac and cheese. We didn't top it with mac and cheese, but now we do, and we call it James Brown. So we're waiting for the day he comes out to the truck. It'd be pretty cool.
I saw that menu item on one of your pictures. I was like, the James Brown burger, huh? I
Yeah,
I was thinking about the singer. I mean, that's, but
a
okay.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of people do that, and we just, we let them have their moment. We let them feel like it's the singer. If they're happier with that, they get to be happy eating it.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. There's three of you, and I usually ask three words to describe your menu. So three people can everybody give one word to describe your menu.
Scratch.
Okay.
Go ahead. Exotic.
I would say fresh.
JJ, did you say or no? I didn't hear
Exotic.
you. Oh, exotic.
I say that
Okay.
whenever we go to any events, there's really one famous one. It used to be the yellow cab. Now it's at the bright side. We change our menu to specifically what that event is. So we will just made a whole bunch of brisket. If it's Taco Fest, we are making birria tacos, and that's not something we normally do. We went to Seafood Fest. We made seafood made from scratch, and this is what we do. So I say exotic as in we will go all out for something and do something homemade just to show that we are chefs and we can do it, and we're like that.
Yeah. There's a few one-off
Okay.
events
Yeah,
that we
I saw that in your. Yeah, I saw it there. You had a whole list. There was like a seafood. There was a mac and cheese fest. Yeah. So you're customizing for those individual events. Okay. That's pretty nice, man. It's
Yeah,
super
we
interesting. A lot. I think that trips a lot of people up.
yeah, it's
Okay.
downtown in our city, so it's really popular, and they ask for pictures beforehand of the food, and we can't do that because we literally make it the day of. Like it's not, we don't normally store stuff like that on the truck, and they're like, I want to advertise and show off your truck, and we can't. We show up probably one of the first trucks there, and we start making the food, and we kind of have a game plan beforehand, but it's all improvising.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, let's move on to tips and tricks, and this is kind of, I think, the most valuable part of the show. This is your opportunity to say, hey, what are some things that work well for you? What are some things that you might do differently? What are some things that other people, if somebody is struggling with their truck, or if somebody wants to start a new truck, what kind of advice would you give that person?
I'll let these guys go first, and then I'll go.
So I would definitely say do what you love. It makes it a lot easier. Everything that we go against, that we run into problems, we love doing it. So it doesn't make it as bad as, anything that we wouldn't like to do. It gives us I don't know, it gives us a little motivation to work harder at that. Just because we don't take the truck to a shop. We work on it ourselves. Same for everything else.
I would
Okay,
say
so
make sure you have people
the
by your
old
side.
the old idea, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life because it's not work, it's love.
I don't know to go that far, but yes.
Well,
Yeah,
enjoyable at least. It's something
enjoyable, yeah.
you're passionate about, maybe.
I think that saying we've all agreed on, and it's I think we've changed the saying is that if you're doing what you love, you're gonna work every single fucking day.
Could be maybe
Hey,
updated for the 21st century.
yeah.
All right, JJ, any advice?
Make sure you have the right people by your side. It just makes it that much easier. I mean, with us three, I look at it like we're all family. We really are family, but adding M Rich over there, it's just this is a bond you can never break. I mean, we all yell at each other on the truck. We all get our little attitudes, but at the end of the day, we're all family. We know we have each other's backs, and it just makes it that much better to when you really need something, and you know we have each other. So when you're working the truck, doing everything from scratch, everything's homemade. It's a struggle sometimes, but we always get through it no matter when we're working 14 days in a row, 21 days in a row, busting our ass. We know that we're doing it together, and we know we're going to make a name for ourselves, and that's what we are trying to grow. So make sure you're doing it with people you can really trust.
Okay, good team, and it sounds like a common goal. Also, you're all working towards the same. All right, that's good
Yes, sir.
advice, man. All right, Austin, any other thoughts?
I would just say, you know, always stay on your toes and improvise. You know, figure it out. It's something different every single day you're in here. Like Mikey said, like JJ said, you never know who's gonna have a mood. You never know what part's gonna break down on you, and you're always trying to. You don't want to get burnt out on the same thing, so you're always trying to be different. You don't want to overwork yourself, and you want to be around people you love doing it with. So you're always figuring it out as you go. That's a lot of people think, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. But we don't have that mindset. We think in terms of we don't know how to do it, but we're going to figure it out.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, good words, man. Good words. All right, let's do our lightning round. So 5 questions. I've never done this with 3 people, so I don't. You tell me, how do you want to answer? The first answer wins, or do you want to have a
Yeah,
spokesperson? How do you want to do
let's
this?
do like let's go. I'll do the dinger. We'll say first answer wins. Have your hands up. Have your hands up. Let's do it.
Okay, let me get. I have a dinger too. So if you get the right answer, okay. Okay, all right. Question 1.
Ding and say it.
Name a food that starts with the letter J. Go.
Jelly.
Okay, jelly, that works. Okay.
Okay.
Let me get my. There you go. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Go.
One horse-sized duck. That's easy for me.
That was
Okay,
all three of us?
why?
Just you.
I'm choking it out so easy, bro.
All right, just take him down. Okay. All right, question 3. What is the strangest food you've ever eaten?
Oh, it's lightning, bro.
What is the strangest food?
I've eaten some crazy stuff, but I try everything, so I don't know.
I don't go range myself very often.
I'm gonna say squid.
I was thinking squid too, but I feel like that's
Okay.
normal.
What'd you have to do with
Yeah,
that squid?
if that's the strangest, then okay, we got to go with it. Okay.
I mean-
All right. Question 4. If you could hold a Guinness World Record for something, what would it be?
Biggest wiener.
That's crazy.
Okay.
We can cut
I was
that.
going to ask for clarification. I'm
I
not
like
going to
that.
ask. I'll just
Yeah.
let it stand. All right. Last question. Star Wars or Star Trek? Go.
Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I haven't seen either.
Okay.
He's young. He's Gen Z. We're all Gen Z, but he's the youngest version of it.
Okay. All right. You ought to at least go see one just to know what all the hype is about.
I'm taking Star Wars. I'm rocking with these guys. I trust what they say.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, all right. That was good. Good job. No problem. Not too stressful, right? It's just for fun.
I'm surprised you
Just
didn't cut
something
us off one question sooner, because I'm sorry.
There were some uncomfortable delays. I'll say that. I'm like, did they hear me? I'm not sure. Okay. That's all right. All right, well, last segment here. I call it what's in your glove box. And this could be what's the one item that you never leave home without? What's your lucky charm? What's the key to your success? Something.
Okay, could I give you two answers?
Yeah, sure.
You know we're always fixing stuff on the truck, so I'm gonna say a wrench. We literally have a adjustable wrench right there. The funny answer is, I guess not that one, not that one. There's a really funny answer, but there's a kind of funny answer. The kind of funny answer is we always have our shirts that we bring with us. I'd say that's our lucky charm. It's a conversation starter. We're not wearing a funny one now, but we always have a crazy shirt on that just, literally says something outrageous, and customers see it all the time. I don't know if it's a shirt you'd want me to say on your podcast or anything, but they're crazy
Well,
ones.
I saw a couple of them on your either the Facebook or the Instagram. Yeah, I saw it, and I'm like, to me it screamed personality, and it screamed fun. It's like, hey, we're all having a big party. Everybody come in. That's kind of the feeling that I got from it.
Yeah, they're good to, break the ice with some people, or just people see it and they get a good laugh before they get to have their food. I mean, you want people to be in a good mood before they eat anyway, no matter how crazy your girlfriend is.
All right. Hey, listen, that's all I have. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything else you want to leave off with?
I would say, I think my final thought, my biggest one is, if you're gonna do this, mean it. If you're gonna do food trucking, don't come in here and just put another made ingredient and another made ingredient and combine them and call them homemade. Do something from scratch. Do something with meaning. I get it. People are in it for the money a lot of times, but I want to leave off with, if you're gonna do this, really do it. Don't just do it for the cash grab. Go out of your way, make things from scratch. Don't just throw stuff into steamers and call it a day. Really put an effort and do it. I don't know if these guys want to leave off on a thought, but that's mine.
Okay.
You got-
JJ, Mikey, anything?
I'm with him on this one. I mean, we literally put our blood, sweat, and tears into this from day one. So really, if you really want to start a food truck, mean it. Have a desire and make it a need to want to be great and have your name be out there. Like, you want people to come try your food, to say, I followed you everywhere to finally find you one day, and I can't wait to try this. Like, that's a blessing to hear out of somebody's mouth, and it's just, you want that in life. So, strive for that. Strive for greatness.
Yeah. Mikey?
I'm also jumping in with them. Make it a passion. The feedback from all the people, it's just so great to hear, and you can just tell that there's nowhere else but up.
Okay, good. Cool. Well, thanks. Hey, well, listen, Austin, Justin, Mikey, thanks for joining us today. I'm impressed with you've created some very high standards for yourself and for your food and for your business. And your customer experience as well. Sounds like so far you're heading in the right direction, and I hope our audience has learned a lot from hearing you tell your story. So thanks for coming, and keep on trucking. As always, folks, if you feel that we are bringing value to your food truck business, please like, subscribe, and share on all the social media, including YouTube and your favorite podcast provider. Our goal here at the Kitchen Convoy is to bring you in-depth stories, problems and solutions, and actionable advice that you can use today to improve your food truck business tomorrow. If you'd like to see your food truck showcase on the Kitchen Convoy, send an email to thekitchenconvoy@gmail.com. You can also go to our website, kitchenconvoy.com, scroll to the bottom, fill out our short form, hit the big orange submit button. Or if you have a thought-provoking question that you think one of our professional food truck operators might be able to answer for you, you can send that email to thekitchenconvoy@gmail.com also. Once again, I'd like to remind you that Order Up Apps is your partner in the food truck business. If you want to add professional branding and an all-in-one service to your truck, I suggest you visit orderupapps.com. See you next time and keep on trucking.
Thank you for listening to the Kitchen Convoy.